Hello, this is That Rob Human, and this is part 16 of the Tabletop Playground mod development series. In this episode, we're going to be talking about setting up your initial starting state for distribution for the game, and as well as how we can use that, further that to use local testing for a multiplayer game, because the in-game preview editor only gets you so far. So, to begin with, we actually already have a starting state in our mod here, and unfortunately there's no good way to actually remove it within the editor itself. So like if I come into the editor, edit, and then preview packages or create start, and we can load a game, this test state is what we created in a previous episode, but there's no way to delete it. So we're actually going to go ahead and remove it manually off the file system. And there it is. We're just going to delete that. So pretend it was never there. Anyways, so this is our mod as it exists right now, which of course is just kind of a cacophony of stuff that we've created throughout, this series. So I'm going to make a pretty dummy starting state here, and we'll use this. Actually, I really like the glass table. I don't know why, but I really like it. So I'm going to set up what is essentially a dummy save set here for 3 players. And I'm going to do red, green, and blue. And I'm going to... Let's actually just grab this so I can just know where the thing is oriented. Okay. Cool. I mean, obviously, let's just do this. Okay. I mean, this is my deck because I'm the blue player. Right now they're all set up to be, or not, yeah, blue player. So we're gonna do properties, set that to blue, change that to properties blue. Good. Okay. You know what, let's actually make it so that it faces, so they're radially symmetrical, roughly speaking. And to do that, we'll actually go into session options and do a rotation step of 60 degrees. Okay, so that'll be our kind of our blue player's starting slot. We'll do red here, because why not? Let's put that there. Properties red. Properties red. Of course, because I'm still the blue player in this simulation, I can no longer use that. That makes sense. And green. Okay. And, sure, we've got our 3 players. And I'm just going to save state. Make sure you've got your package selected here, and we'll say starting state. We'll hit save, and there it is. So now, if I come out of here, and let's actually go ahead and start a game. I'll hit load game. We'll come down to the mod and hit starting state and hit continue. We can change our room layout, and there we go. And I can player options change to green. So this is our starting state, and this is otherwise a legit game. But let's actually come back out of here because I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to turn on Direct Connect, and I'm going to hit Load Game. And again, do a starting state of station, cool. And that Direct Connect is significant. So, how do you test multiplayer? I mean, obviously, if I come up here, I only have one player to play with, so it's not like I can sit here and test. So I'm actually going to start up a second instance here. And to do that, I'm going to do windowed mode here. And I'm going to apply that, and you'll see we have this instance of the game here. You can actually create a second instance. The way I'm going to do that here is actually go to Tabletop Playground, open file location, and this is probably not the best way to do it, so I'm going to just go to my Steam apps here. Run files, nope, x86, Steam, apps, common, there you go, and I'm actually just going to start a second instance of the game. So I'm going to join a game and check this direct IP connect. And the IP address here we want to do is, and this is important, 127.0.0.1. Just hit join. And now we have 2 players over 2 instances. How cool is that? So here's the blue, and this is the green player. So green can do things. And so can blue. And you're obviously, you know, using 2 different clients here. So if I actually pick this up as green, you see what I mean about the hidden state, by the way, if you remember from the card episode. When you're holding the card, it looks like the hidden state of, you know, the other player. So that's the thing. And then, of course, I could add a third client and play as red. So that's a good way to kind of test the dynamics of multiplayer setups. There is a bit of a caveat if you are using the username to differentiate between users as opposed to using their user slot. Some of your scripting might break down, but like, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if there's a way to change your username when running the game. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'd have to ask the devs. The other thing that's worth noting here is that console messages only show up in the host. So this is the host window, and this one down here is the client window. I say client peer? I don't know, because it's not actually technical terms. Anyways, so that's a good way to actually test out your games and your scripting in a multiplayer context without having to get another player to play things up. So again, the magic incantation here is join game, direct IP connect, 127.0.0.1. You could also enter in the IP address on your local network, which is what I was about to do. Doesn't matter, but 127.0.0.1 will always be yourself. It's a loopback address. Read up on IP version 4, Internet Protocol. And that explains all that. Anyways, 127.0.0.1. Hit that, join, and you can go ahead and just start testing. So that's a neat way to kind of start things up. And again, you can test pretty much any player-driven event, like joining or disconnecting or anything like that by doing that. I'm going to get this back into windowed full screen because it makes my head hurt. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much a good way to kind of test out your game and set up an initial state for your game. And there you go. So, real quick tip. Yeah. Bye.